Alright, so, where did I leave you guys?
I believe you left us in the middle of a hellmouth.
Oh, right. That's silly. I should remember that kind of thing. Anyway, so the players have smashed the profaned forge of Mount Palladia, and they see this hole in the cave wall that leads into what seems to be a finished area.
Ah, yes. Is it dwarf time?
It's dwarf time. All right. So inside this hall is a. It's not quite a temple, but to them it might as well have been. This is where their holy forge was, and they're walking through the hole that it left.
Oof.
On the inside, there are 6 lesser forges, and these forges have their they have zombies at them. The occupant came through here, and he did what he does. He turned the residents into his devilish minions.
Well, in this case, I guess. Zombie minions?
Oh yeah,
Whatever.
all these dwarves are now zomboids.
They're shambling zombies with beards.
Yep,
Impressive zombeards.
impressive zombeards. And I found in the online resource a zombie called Forge Spurned, and I thought it was too perfect. So each of these anvils, there's 6 of them, have a CR5 Forge Spurned.
Aw.
And the one that was guarding the forge himself got turned into a bigger zombie. He's a CR12. Watch out for him.
He hits hard.
Yep. Heals the other zombies too because of his negative energy AoE.
Ooh, sweet.
Yeah.
How much does that do?
8d6.
Like, does he have a limit?
5 per day. You can do that 5 times a day.
That's a lot of healing.
That's a lot of healing. But that's also a lot of damage. So focus this guy down.
Yeah, burn him out first.
Yeah. He's got a lot of stuff going for him. He's got fast healing. He's got a pile of hit points. And he can fireball you a bunch of times.
Oh, wow. Yeah, this guy, we're just breaking it off in first room, aren't we?
Yeah. That does, between 8 and 48 damage right there. So
Jeez.
be careful with that.
48 damage AoE, and it heals all my allies.
Yeah. And heals them. So these guys are... To mitigate that, they're not really going to leave their forges. So if they don't progress into the room too bad, they'll just stand there. So you can focus this guy down.
Yeah, kill the foreman.
Yeah, zombies are not terribly intelligent.
And these guys have an eternal task that they're set about, I guess.
Yeah, they're going to, I don't know, forge evil weapons for when the occupant gets down to do what he's going to do and gets to take over the world. I guess he's going to need an army. So maybe these guys are going to make evil weapons for him.
Yeah, all right. Sounds great. I can get behind a profane armory to loot.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you want to carry cursed daggers, though?
I mean, are they cursed right now?
Yes.
Yes. Is it? How long does a curse take to take hold?
Pretty immediate.
How many bless spells do they have?
The players probably a lot. Probably cantrip.
Yeah, maybe if you can bless them out. If not, maybe leave them there.
And why do I gotta keep casting restore on you? Come on, I'm running out of spell components here.
Yeah, it's a level 2 spell. I can only do it so many times a day.
So the players stumble out of the forge area and they find themselves in this underground dwarf city.
Nice, big, spacious, good schools. Taxes are a bit high, but that's okay.
Well, not anymore, because where there's one zombie, you get 1 million more.
Oh, so they've got a huge overcrowding issue?
They do now.
Well, the players are here to fix that.
They are. And if your players dawdle, or if you feel they need a kick in the ass, or if you just kind of want to do it, there's always more zombies.
There is always more zombies.
Keep the damage, minimal, but just push them around with these zombies. Scare them with them.
It could be one hit dice zombies for all we care.
Yeah.
Like, check your book. You can get anything from CR1 to CR3 and throw them with impunity at this point if your characters are level 13.
Yeah, and you don't even have to really think about it all that hard. You go, yep, you hit it. It's got, yep, that's enough damage.
Yeah.
Maybe the sorcerer pokes it with a stick and he only rolls a d4, so maybe that zombie lives. I don't know.
Yeah, treat it kind of like Left 4 Dead 2's AI, which does make things a bit boring. But if there's nothing happening, make something happen with a pile of zombies.
Yep. Even push them off into this bottomless pit that I have drawn on the map here.
Oh yeah, those are always fun. Or you could toss them into like the smelt works next door. That's always a good one.
Yeah, there's a fenced-off smelting yard next door. This is where they get their raw materials from to do their nice forging.
Yeah, I got a thing for this.
Oh, you got a thing for this?
Yeah. So in the smelting yard, we need a large or a long bridge with the like auto smelter in the middle of it, and one big beefy ass dwarf that used to operate the smelting yard. And what you do is we've positioned 4 giant vats that are there that have the materials that the auto smelter needs to actually do the smelting it does. So, you have a vat full of acid, you have a vat full of lava, because that's in plentiful supply. You have a vat full of just like slag parts that's hurts but doesn't actually like do much. It'll do more fall damage if you fall in. Instead of doing 1d6 per 10 feet, do 2d6 per 10 feet.
It's like falling onto a pile of steel chairs.
And then, ow. And then make like a reflex check to not have an encumbered move to get out of it. Otherwise, it's
reflex, and if they fail at half move speed. Yep.
Yeah, half move speed until they get out of it and like take a move to shake off all the shit that's
or tumble, I guess.
Glommed onto it. Yeah. Make them stop, drop, and roll after they get out, basically. But the idea is that the dwarf has these big beefy arms, and it only takes one action.
He's got a lot of people's arms.
The one action is he gets one attack every round, and it's an awesome strike.
Ooh.
Now, this is actually taken from the bestiary, so it's a monster type feat.
Oh, okay.
But what awesome strike is, and honestly, you want to give him improved awesome strike. What it is it's like a bull rush while you're standing still. So all you're really doing is punting people off of this bridge and into the vats below.
Two-Face, show me how to hit a guy. You reach back. You ball up your fist.
And
assert yourself.
Ah! Thank you.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this guy's got lots of arms to do that with, right?
Yeah.
Because he's he's one of these twisted experiments from the occupant of evil.
Yeah, so...
One dwarf, about 100 arms.
It's a lot of arms.
A lot of arms.
He's a many-handed, but very simple man. He likes to watch people go soaring, and they will go soaring. It's considered a slam attack. I think it does, 2d6 or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Plus a bunch, plus 8.
Yeah,
Because of all his mighty thews, all these arms he has stitched together.
Yeah, he's got to have a 26 strength or something.
Yeah.
So the other thing that's on that, the auto smelter, will be auto smelting people. So
get in the pit.
What happens is, if it's a round where it's attacking, it'll have 1 of 4 attacks, and you'll want to roll what attack it's on before they engage, so you know where it is, because underneath there's just a mechanism that moves a cap over one of the vats, where it's hoovering up its material to do whatever attack it's going to do.
I need some lava for this.
Oh, I forgot. The 4th one. The 4th vat.
Oh, yeah?
It just has a huge water elemental in it.
Oh, yeah.
He's just vortexing there. So if it starts there, which I would recommend, the smelter starts with the huge water elemental. It's sucking up a bunch of water, so that the first round of combat, big beefy thews man knocks one person off into a vat, and then the smelter has its attack, and it's a hydro pump. So it blows someone else off another direction.
Yep. You put 2 of the PCs in vats and then watch them crawl out. The other 2 have to deal with the machine and the zombie.
Yep. If you get too close to the zombie, it has a shock stick that is like a basic plus 14 single attack for 2d6 electric damage.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nothing really.
Yeah.
It's exactly like R2D2 actually.
Yeah. The zombie's just gonna kick more people off. And they don't do a ton of damage, but your players are going to be in horrifying situations and have to climb out of them.
Yeah, hopefully it takes so long that this adds up.
Yeah. So your options are Hydro Pump, Shrapnel Shot, which you pick a player, roll at plus 14 to hit. If you deal damage to that player, it deals like...
Splash damage, just half damage to the adjacent squares.
Yeah, half damage to the adjacent squares of shrapnel. So call that one 2d8, just because I want to do a little more.
It's sharper.
Sharper. It hurts a lot. If it's lava, it just kind of, the hose goes up in the air and starts spraying all over the place, and people have to reflex DC 19 or take 2d6 fire damage.
Yep, sounds fair. The acid should be pretty much the same way. If it needs acid, it puts its hose on the acid pot and then sprays acid around the room, and everyone takes damage.
So the idea is it signals clearly what next round's attack is going to be, and then it executes that attack.
Yep, very Final Fantasy up in here.
Yep, it should be, like, none of this damage is really enough to sneak up on your players, even if you roll max damage.
Yeah, if you keep rolling max damage, like, the rogue's gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, if he fails his reflex saves, he's just gonna die.
But you're also spreading it over the entire party pretty evenly.
Yeah, that should work. Like, if your cleric sits there and just heals a couple d6 every round, he can probably, solve the whole encounter.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Cleric can't heal every couple of rounds if they're knocked into a vat of acid.
That's very true. I use my heal action. You swim, bitch. Can you swim in acid and cast spells at the same time?
What's your swim speed?
I'm a halfling, so not at all, huh? All right.
So yeah, make a swim check then. And that's, you're not using anything that requires somatic components.
Nope.
Also, material components might be pretty fucked if you take them out in acid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, the acid is maybe it's a not very intense acid and they can exist in it. I was thinking about that, because, like, if you throw them in the lava container, they're just dead, so they're probably hanging on the side and getting burned.
Yeah. Give them a...
That makes more sense.
Have a grade over it.
Yeah.
So, there's some safety in OSHA standards.
Yeah, OSHA's very important to these dwarves.
And make the acid. I mean, the acid should be kind of a weaker acid anyway. It's not.
Oh man, there's a little sign as you go out. Employees must wash hands.
Also, in the room adjacent to this ridiculous thing, there should be a couple more of those mid bosses. I think.
Oh
from
yeah.
the elevator fight.
Yep. Out in the yard for these smelters, you find a bunch of those loader robots, like 2 of them.
Someone has to fill up the vats.
And if I know D&D players, they cannot resist robot exoskeletons. Ever. They're like, I'm gonna ride that, and you're not gonna stop me.
Give it to them.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. It'd be great when you pitch it off this bridge that comes up next.
Or into a vat of acid.
Or into a vat of acid. Get out of the mech and then swim.
The mech can't swim and it's melting.
Yep. And it's the mech just holds its drill up and spins it a bit as it goes under.
And then the coolant ruptures.
Boom!
And the acid explodes over everyone.
Be careful, folks.
I'm assuming they have full coolant and no lava.
Yeah. Yep. You can get one big old cold explosion, which could be... that could be beneficial. Like, what if they figure that out and, like, throw it across the bridge at the zombie horde?
Yeah.
They're like, freeze all of them. Freeze them all in place. Okay, they're CR1s. They're frozen.
Yeah, let them freeze them all and then shatter them as they walk past. That's cool. I love it.
The fighter gets liberal use out of the cleave feet, swinging it. Speaking of which, right before that bridge, there's a guardhouse. What you see beyond the guardhouse is a collapsed tunnel. This probably would have led out of the mountain from here, but it's packed full of rock now.
Unfortunate.
The guardhouse, of course, has zombies in it. I have a link for a group of dwarf soldiers.
Ooh, fun.
Yep. This is a kind of a wet entry under the link, but just change the wet or water references to congealed blood or greenish blackish bile or whatever's disgusting enough.
Ichor.
Ichor, yeah. Ichor or is it Ichor?
Depends on who's saying it.
Okay.
Like, we can say Icker, but they say Icker. Wait, no.
Potato.
Tomato.
Wait, now we're just disagreeing about what object it is.
Oh no, not an object disagreement.
Oh no.
That's the last time my thing failed to compile.
So yeah, they get to know that this place is sealed in. They can fight some guard dwarves, and then they have to go across that bridge.
Yeah, or down the bottomless pit.
Yeah, then we're into the bottomless pit. I mean, hopefully, because what we're going to send at them as they cross this bridge is a zombie horde, CR-14 zombie horde.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, I was looking up swarm mechanics, and I really like this one. Once they defeat it, you roll dice and you say this many zombies are left.
Oh, and they're just individual dudes.
Yep, just individual dudes, and you just clean them up. This is great because it's a horde. It's this amorphous blob of zombies.
Oh,
so you can have it come from either side of the bridge. Once they get onto the bridge, hey, both ends are full of zombies. You got to press on.
Did you even have them like dangling over the side, climbing over each other to get
there?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you watch a bunch of movies first for this, guys. You want some inspiration for zombie swarm mechanics.
Also, watch some ant videos.
Yeah, go get a nature documentary.
Like some ant swarm mechanics will help you here. Just replaced with human bodies. Believe me, it's fucking amazing and hilarious.
And all you gotta do is make the bridge long enough to take one full run action to get across if it was unoccupied. I have it tentatively written down as 120 feet.
Yeah, that should be good. I mean, unless you got a monk in your party, but...
Yeah, unless you got a monk in your party, but then he should get across it, and then the paladin's gonna left chugging across, you know?
Yeah,
clank,
he's
clank,
just,
clank. Yeah,
he can kick flip off zombies all day.
Right. And then if he gets thrown into the bottomless pit, maybe he'll survive. Maybe he can throw his grappling hook midair like he's Batman. I don't know.
Slide down the wall a bit with his hand on it, and then just wall jump back to the top.
Slow fall, that's a thing. After the bridge, though, there's this hallway. It's one of those nice convenient hallways where they have little alcoves off to the side. 5 on each side, as a matter of fact.
Oh, yeah. It's like a nice little spine, almost.
Yep. Ooh. Very nice. So, obviously what's in these alcoves are statues, because you can see broken bits of statuary littering the hallway.
Oh, broken bits of statuary.
Yep.
So what you're saying is not all of these have statues in them.
Oh, of course they have zombies in them.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Good. I was worried.
Yeah. The best thing to scare your players with is what's obviously in front of them. Oh, yes, of course there's zombies in there. Which one has the zombie in it? That's the fun part.
Ah, zombie. Who's got the zombie? You.
I think it's that one. This one?
So are these big beefy boys or little teeny toddlers?
I have the CR-12 zombie, the Void Stick zombies in these spots.
All right, some big beat sticks. How many?
There are 6 of them. Six of them. So don't progress too far into this hallway, right? You don't want to drag the zombies towards you too quickly. So that monk that has fleet feet, you might want to like rein him in a bit.
Don't pull the entire room.
Right. Take these guys one at a time.
I mean, we've done this a couple of times, so if they've played like the gallery or any of those other designed encounters, they know how to carefully pick apart.
It's not like we didn't warn you.
So you can feel free if they've played those other ones and learned how to pull a dungeon to punish them if they run all the way in without looking.
Yeah. Speaking of looking, somewhere, this is about halfway through the encounter, somewhere in this encounter, as you're throwing random ads at people, or even in the zombie horde on the bridge, one of these dwarves is special. Maybe these guys are in the habit of greyhawking everybody. This is a great time to put a plot hook here.
Yeah, tuck it right in.
Yeah, one of the ads is wearing a fine platinum circlet. And and his rags seem, nicer than the other rags.
Some of them might not be damaged as much if they're like magical or something.
Right.
Magical clothing. What?
His broken chainmail is finer than the others. I don't know. But if inspected, it's revealed to be the final king under this particular mountain.
Oh, it must be the king.
How do you know?
He ain't got shit all over him.
Zombie King. Very clean zombie. Anyway, he's also
Beard covering is still intact.
Oh yes, his beard covering. Yeah, no one went for his beard. They may be savage undead, but that's too far. So anyway, he's in possession of one of the seals, a tarnished and damaged signet ring of Moradin.
Aw, or Moradin.
Or Moradin.
It's a bum rap. Not a lot of people go for Moradin. I think he's a great, very strong lawful god. I like him.
All dwarf game?
Oh, all dwarf game.
All dwarf game.
Game under the mountain.
Oh man, just chasing finer and more rich seams of ore. Oh yeah, sounds great. Home under the range.
I already ran that one.
We
were riding beetles. That's
yeah.
not Lynx.
Oh yeah, that was amazing.
That was a great game.
That was a great game. Right. So, after the hallway, there's the rest of the town. It's very neatly ordered shops and residences, and I'm not really gonna, detail these too much. You know what it looks like. It's a zombie movie. So these were homes. This was furniture. Those were people. There's zombies in there.
It happened to have maybe some shops.
Yep.
There might still be stuff there. I mean, the occupant wasn't looting. He didn't give a shit. He's got a place to be.
Nope. Everything's still there. Maybe they find exactly what they're looking for. Potable food? Maybe. Water? Sure. Magic items? Whatever. It's your game. Roll up some loot. The zombies they fight in these places won't be carrying anything. The loot they have is just what's in there.
Yeah. That is your horde.
Yep.
And most of it is mundane.
Yeah, most of it's mundane because these are just places. It's like, oh, I need a new, pot to cook stew in.
And there's plenty of pots for them to roll in and break if they need to try and find some rupees.
Oh yeah, but it's hard because this is fine dwarven craftsmanship.
Yeah, these are not like Ming vases. These are steel pots.
Yeah. Besides, if you really want help, you should go across the street to the temple.
Yeah, certainly there should be some kind of holy assistance to be found in there, like, I don't know, 3 void zombies?
3 void zombies?
Hell yeah!
Oh, man.
3 at once.
All right.
The beauty of this encounter is that it is overdone. Like, we already went through the void zombies a bit. With 3 of them, you have the synergy of them being able to damage everyone and heal each other.
Yeah.
There is no... You have to burst target a single one of them. And you have to do that twice before their heals start losing efficacy. So you might not have the hit points to get through this.
In fact, now that I keep reading how many of these things are putting in here, I might go back and tweak their damage. Just, that's not so much damage.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of these. Anyway.
Leave these 3...
I suppose zombies should feel threatening. Right?
Yeah. Leave these 3 where they are, because I've got a gimmick.
Oh, you got a gimmick.
I've got a device.
A time machine.
It's a device.
Oh, okay.
So in the foyer, maybe they're roaming around the foyer where you usually have the after temple snacks and book discussion.
Yeah. As you exit the door, you shake the pedophile's hand.
Yeah. Well, in this case, these 3 pedophiles are now more about eating than touching.
Than eating. Okay.
So. They're big, nasty, void zombies smashing up the area. They might have worked their way back into one of the 3 alcoves. The 3 alcoves themselves are individual temples to the 3 major gods of the Hordes.
Yeah. Alcove might be selling it a little short.
Okay.
Wing.
Altar
space. Hallway.
Trying to think of... I guess altars.
Yeah, altars.
The 3 major altars. So they prong out in 3 different directions. If you look at it overhead, it looks like a dinosaur footprint. So you have cord.
Oh, man. Okay, so this is very underground, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it is a dinosaur footprint.
It is a Love it.
Awesome. They just built right on it. This is cool.
It's cool as fuck. Let's make
Put a temple right here.
Temple to 3 different gods. God of strength, cord, which these zomboys seem all about, and the dwarves before them were definitely all about.
The one guy in the smelter, he's all about cord. He's got such mighty thews.
He collected a few extra.
Thews collector.
So you got Moradin, the god of the dwarves, obviously.
Obviously. He's in the middle.
He's in the middle. And then the third one was
Kossuth.
Kossuth. Right. Got a fire.
Yeah, he's what book did we find him in? Forgotten Realms.
Forgotten Realms. Yeah. So it's fire, strength, and dwarves. That's the three mountains of their holy or not the three mountains of their.
Yeah. Mount Palladia. Their insignia has three mountains on it. One big one in the middle, and that's Warden's Mountain. That's the one you're in.
Yep.
You're not really sure where the other two mountains are. Perhaps they are not physically congruous, but represent other communities of dwarves out there.
Yeah. Definitely. The shtick with these three temples is they're still holy temples.
Yeah.
So,
for some reason, the occupant didn't feel the need to expend resources on this. I wonder why.
Well, maybe it's just too much resources because there's been too much worship. Like,
yeah.
I'm
There's
gonna have
three
to
of
clean that
them
later.
Yeah.
They kind of protect each other. They're kind of.
I don't need to do this.
I don't have to, and it's a pain in the ass. I gotta keep moving. I gotta schedule.
Yep.
So you have 3 boons for your characters. You can stand in the Hall of Cord and get strength bonuses.
Yep.
It's just a +2 to attacks and damages based on enhanced strength. You can stand in the Holy Halls of Moradin and be protected by the King of the Dwarves.
You get bonus to your armor class.
Armor class and saving throws.
And saving throws. And the saves are really going to be more important because that's really what the Void Stick zombies operate off of. It's the will save for the negative damage.
If your party's doing real bad, you can have them recess all the way into the hall to where they can't attack all the zombies easily, and maybe give them some bonus to their healing spells.
Yeah.
If you need it as an oh shit moment.
Right. You could say, well, the Altar of Moradin maximizes that cure serious. You're okay.
Yeah. Because these things have the propensity to just wail on your party until they're dead.
In fact, that's not a bad thing to do right here because, what's after this is basically the last encounter of the dungeon.
So the most interesting one is the Hall of the Flame God there.
Oh, yeah?
Because what it does is
you like playing with fire?
I hope you do, and I hope you have some archers.
Yeah.
Some fucking archers!
Oh, God. Oh, man.
Because
Wait, why did I walk into this again? Oh, man. Oh, more archers. Okay. I always walk into these archers. Bye, guys. I'm going to go find some arrows with my face.
Yorokobe Shonen. Because you've got arrows in your face from archers.
Yep.
But if you have archers, particularly, what it does is it gives you a plus 1d6 fire damage.
Yep.
To just your attacks. So it's great.
Yeah, if you have, potentially 3 attacks by now, that's another 18 fire damage to these things per round.
Yeah. So allow them to form whatever plan they can, knowing that there are these 3 spots where they can enhance whatever they need.
Yeah.
And it's because these dudes are ridiculously overstated.
They really are.
It's a hard fight.
The more I read it, the more crazy it gets. I love this stat page.
It's a hard fight. Let them enjoy it and make them fucking feel proud for getting through it.
Yeah. And honestly, if they run, I don't think these guys will follow.
Yeah. Let them run away from it.
Zombies are dumb.
If they do clear the temple, I would recommend 3 holy magic items.
Yep.
1 from each wing.
Big damn magic items. That's a reward you give in this.
Yeah. The gods are looking out for them. Well, as far as the ones that can reach.
Yeah. They're not going to use this anymore. I'm sure Cord would want it this way.
I also would recommend possibly letting them ding before the next.
Yeah, before the continuing on to the castle under the mountain.
Yeah, give them the level for this one. Make it feel good.
Yeah, because right here, the last thing we found was literally titled a Fiery Corpse Orgy.
Fiery Corpse Orgy? That was like
God,
last
disgusting.
night for me. Oh. Right.
Is there something you're not telling me?
Well, I mean, I got to be an extra in a haunted house.
Oh,
it was a good time.
Excellent.
Maybe not as fiery as I'm putting out here, but
yeah, a fiery haunted house, I think, might defeat the purpose. Or be way too real. I'm not sure.
Depends on how good your smell mechanics are.
Yeah. Ooh. Let's hope you're not sensitive to this, because this is literally a mass of corpses that's on fire that moves like it's one thing.
Oh, goody.
Yep.
It's a human centipede?
No, it's not human. It's definitely not human.
An inhuman salamander?
Yep. Oh, that's what it is. There we go. It's an inhuman salamander of dwarf corpses.
Oh.
You clean this out, and adjoining this big, basically Super Nintendo map of a throne room, is 2 rooms. One is the smaller room, where the king may have retreated to his study, and there you'll find a note from him and a magic item.
Cool. What's the magic item do?
The magic item is literally a plot key item. In his note, the king asks you to take this last relic of dwarf kind into the crypts below, because that's the last place that he saw the occupant heading before he locked himself in this room and awaited getting eaten by his countrymen. He was probably the last dwarf alive. Isn't that pleasant?
Great. That's why everything was so much more shiny on him.
Yeah. Didn't have a chance to roll around in as much muck. The other building adjoining the throne room is the king's personal chapel, which sits atop the entrance to the royal crypts.
Oh. I think I know where we're going from here.
Yeah, I think we're headed towards the next session, so before your players dive deep into the dark, nasty crypts, I think that's a good place to end it for the week.
The wind howled at the washboard, sleeping underneath the moon. Our plan was hatched in a briar patch where lovers shook hands.